Today, we're going to be showing you how to create personalized print-on-demand products for Etsy and Shopify. I'm joined by Chris Meets from AnywherePOD. He's going to be dispelling the myth that it's difficult to create these personalized best-selling products for Etsy and Shopify. So I'm going to hand it over to Chris, but I highly recommend you get some notes. We're going to be showing you how to create 3 different products. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. So Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself and then we can get started.
Awesome. Sounds great, Jacob. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. So as you were saying, my name's Chris Meets. I am the founder of AnywherePOD. Kind of what we specialize in at AnywherePOD is the ability to make personalized products and listing management super easy. We have a lot of tools built in. Our main thing is focusing on keeping personalization as easy and simple as possible. With Etsy and Shopify. And then on top of that, we have a suite of additional features that help with your Etsy and Shopify listing management to help with, from generating videos to finding top performing tags, creating your own mockups, kind of all of that under one roof. We're able to help out and help accomplish all of it. So excited to show you guys a couple demos today and we'll get started here. Okay, so this is AnywherePOD. You first come in, these are all the print-on-demand suppliers that we have available. As you can see, we have some of the top providers available that you're probably used to working with, and probably some unique products in here that you're not used to seeing either. So pretty simple to get any of these connected. You just need to click on connect under any of these and you'll have a list of instructions to be able to get those connected and set up. So we won't go over those in much detail today, but it's pretty easy to get those set up and going. So jumping in here now to account that we already have set up and ready to go. We're going to start off with Shine On Mother's Day acrylic. So we're going to come in here to our Shine On products and go over to their acrylics. And this is going to be acrylic heart plaque that we're going to design today. So we're just going to go to start designing. So this is our product designer and personalization tools. You'll find all in here. So to get started, we just have our artwork that we've created in Canva. And then when we exported that out of Canva, we just exported it without the, in this case, personalized name that we want on the product. So we're just going to upload that artwork. And then you'll see over here, you're able to add personalized or non-personalized layers to any of your artwork. So we can do images, text, multi-line text, so like paragraph text, and then some clip art options as well that allows you to do things like the grandma's garden, birth flowers, or the chibi clip art or any of that sort of stuff. So on this design, we just have a spot down here at the bottom where the customer is going to be able to enter their name while they're checking out. So we just want to come here and click on add text. And this is going to give us a text layer here that we're able to drag around and customize however we need to. So in this case, we're going to put in just placeholder text that is what's going to be used on any of the mockups that get generated for us. And we'll set our font to match the rest of the design here. And in this case, we want that to be left aligned here. We're okay to leave that the color black. And then the important thing we want to do is make sure to mark this as personalized. This is what's going to tell the system that when the customer checks out on Etsy or Shopify, that this is the text field that we want to actually personalize for any of the orders that come in. And then we're just going to go to create product. And now this is going to generate a placeholder artwork for us with that name and everything in it. And then we're also able to automatically get any of the mockups that are available directly from the supplier. So Shine On, in this case, all of their mockups are available in here, and you can generate any of those on the fly as you're building the product. Now, once we have that created, we can fill out any of the other details that we'd like to in here, such as, the standard stuff, your title, description. You can put in any of your Etsy tags here. We also have a Etsy analyzer tool that helps you find top performing SEO tags available on Etsy based on the top 100 listings for any of the search results. So that can be a good way to help find and do some of that SEO research for you.
The Etsy analyzers really helped me find those best tags right away, just copy and paste. And I love using that for my Etsy listings.
Yeah, it can be a big boost. It also can do some competitor analysis. So if you want to see, what kind of sales another listing is doing and what tags they're using to be able to get those sales, it can really help speed up a lot of that for sure.
So it's really cool how you can do the mock-ups from within here as well. So a lot of the times as a print-on-demand seller, you're kind of going back and forth between different apps, maybe Place It for mock-ups, or maybe, using a different personalization app. And so everything here is kind of all within Anywhere POD. So that's one thing that I really like, being able to make those mock-ups and the video generation. It's not only there to help you put a video on Etsy to help you rank better, but also as if someone scrolls over it, the first image in the search results, they're going to see your video play. So that should help you get a few more clicks and help your conversion rate as well.
Yeah, it can definitely kind of draw the eyeballs. It's kind of one of those things that we call a scroll stopper, right? When they're searching and they're scrolling through and they happen to hover over your video, they're going to see that video instantly start playing, and it kind of stops them and gets them to look a little bit more. That video can also be a great way if you have a product that you've already used up your 10 slots that Etsy has available for you on your listing, but you have additional views or additional colors that you still want to show. You can add those into the video, and that can be another way to get those views or colors in front of the customer to be able to see. So you can see here it gives like just a slideshow style video, which can be very beneficial. So once we have all that created, our listing is basically ready to go. You can make any other additional edits inside of Anywhere POD or inside of Etsy once you publish it over to Etsy. So if we do publish this to Etsy, it's going to send it over to our Etsy account, and it's going to put it in drafts. So that gives us a chance to be able to get in, make any additional edits that we want to before we're ready for that product to go live, and we pay the 20 cents for the listing. In this case, one of the things you definitely want to make sure that you turn on is going to be your personalization option here. So you're going to hit add personalization, and then you can just enter some instructions for the buyer. So this is basically just a little instruction that shows up above the personalization box on your Etsy listing that instructs the customer what they need to enter. In this case, it's pretty simple. It's, just something like enter the name you would like on the product. Something simple as that. And this listing's all set and ready to go. Now, we also work with Shopify. If you do happen to have a Shopify store as well, we try to keep that process as streamlined and simple as possible. So all the work that you've already done with your titles and descriptions and mockups inside of Anywhere POD, you can use this same product to publish over to your Shopify store as well. So all we need to do here is just simply push it over to Shopify. We do have live previews available. So you have the option, if you want just a simple text box on your product page in Shopify, you can go that route. Or if you would rather have a live preview, so the customer sees a preview of the text that they're entering, you can turn that on as well. And then you're able to have that live preview on your Shopify store. So if we take a quick look at this on Shopify here, you'll see now on this product, we have the option to personalize. And as we type in any name here, you'll see it show up right here on the product as well. So that's one example of how fast and easy it can be to get your first products created. A few other quick features that we have in here that can be really beneficial. One is the bulk uploader. So if you have designs, say you've got 20, 30 designs that are already created, you can create the first one here in Anywhere POD, come to the bulk uploader, and upload your other 30 designs, and it's going to automatically carry over your title and descriptions and mock-ups, everything that you had set up on the previous listing, and it's just going to automatically create all 30 products for you in one go without you having to go into each individual product and spend the time to create those. All right, I think now we'll kind of go over one of the other popular products, especially this time of year, are blankets. They sell great for Mother's Day. Any grandma or mom loves cuddling up with a blanket, especially if they can have their kids' names on it. So those are great products and really good this time of year. So we have several different providers that sell blankets loaded in Anywhere POD. I think we'll go with a custom cat blanket today. We'll just come in here and go to our blankets category, and we'll start off just selecting a blanket here. Now what we're going for on this one is just going to be a simple repeating name blanket. This is actually a top selling design on Etsy. Just a simple blanket with a personalized name that is in a repeating pattern. And we make that process super simple to do those types of patterns. So we're just going to come in here and click on add text. And we're going to put in, again, the name that we want to kind of show up as the placeholder and select our font. And again, we'll mark this as personalized like we did before. And then if we click here into our advanced options, you'll see here we have the option to create a pattern. So if we click on that, that's going to give us our name repeating on the blanket here. And then we'll just kind of space out that name a little bit here so it looks better horizontally and vertically a little bit. And then we want kind of that brick layout where the names are alternating. So we're going to go ahead and set an offset here of 50%. So those kind of alternate. And then we'll center that up so everything looks good. And there we go. We've got a repeating name blanket. We can select any of the colors that we want here at the top. So we can select a couple of colors here and click on create product. And just like that, we have a quick and easy way to create those repeating name blankets. Now, one of the things you might notice or might know if you're used to selling the custom cat blankets is each product they have listed in their catalog as a separate size. So in this case, we've got the 60 by 80 loaded. So if we wanted to offer any of the additional sizes, we make that process really easy in AnywherePOD as well with our add variants functionality here. So this functionality can be used to combine multiple different products, different artwork, anything like that, and it'll combine them all into one product listing for us. So in this case, we're going to use it to add those additional products in. It can also be used, say if we had a design that we wanted to show pink and blue artwork variation for, you could use the same functionality to do that. If you want to combine t-shirt and sweatshirts into one listing, you can use this functionality to do that as well, and it'll add those options directly into the variant dropdowns on Etsy and Shopify. So it's a way to get another layer of personalization just using the native variant functionality that already exists inside of Etsy. You're able to give the customer some additional choices without having to worry about copying SKUs back and forth and making sure everything matches. Our system just kind of handles all of that for you. So before we go to add variants here, we're just going to update this. So instead of showing one size, we want this to be our 60 by 80 here that we just created. So we'll put that in here and save that. And now if we come down to add variants, so now instead of doing our 60 by 80 here, we can do the same blanket, but in our 50 by 60. And we've already got our design created. So instead of having to come in here and reconfigure everything again, we can just click add from library and go to the last product that we created here. And it's just going to load everything up for us. We can select the same colors as we did before and just click update product. And now if we scroll down to our variant section, we can see we've got our 60 by 80 that we created earlier. And then now we can just add in our 50 by 60. And just like that, we have both sizes ready to go and added to our listing with all the same personalization options and everything that's going to carry over onto each product and automatically select the correct size and the correct artwork to send to the print provider for any orders that come in.
This is awesome. And so you could actually make new variants for other products too, right? Like you could have a tumbler, you could have a t-shirt or any other product that someone might want to add into that same product listing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it could be a completely different product, completely different artwork, even if you wanted to. Some people will use this, say during the holidays, if you're doing an ornament and you have one version of the design that has a deer on it and one version of a design that has a giraffe, you can add both of those to one listing and give the customer the option right there on your listing on which one they want to select and purchase. So it can be a great way to do that. It can also be a great way to test different designs doing that too. So a lot of times in that scenario where you have the deer and the giraffe as an option on Etsy, you can combine those into one listing and then actually duplicate that listing. So you have one listing where your primary image and keywords are for the deer, one listing where the primary is for the giraffe. The customer still gets the choice and you get to kind of do that A/B testing on your SEO keywords and images to see which one's going to perform and rank better for you. So one other really popular design this time of year is going to be, it's kind of the grandma's garden clip art design, where you can put in, say, kid or grandkids' names and select a birth flower that's for the corresponding birth month for that name. So we're going to kind of recreate that design here. In this case, we're going to do that on a shine-on gallery wrapped canvas. But you can do the same design. It works really well on the acrylic plaques. I've seen this done even on blankets. So there's a lot of different possibilities to do these types of designs on. So we're going to come back in here to our Shine On catalog here, and we're going to look for our canvas, and we're just going to do a square canvas here. So in this case, I don't have any initial artwork that I'm going to upload. So we want Grandma's Garden here across the top. So even though this isn't necessarily personalized, you can make it personalized if you wanted to, the Grandma's Garden piece of it. I'm going to go ahead and add that text inside of AnywherePOD. Instead of having to use Canva just to add some static text, I can do that in AnywherePOD as well. So we'll just say Grandma's Garden here, and we'll bring that to the top and change our font here. Okay, so we have that at the top and all centered here now. So now we want to bring in our text and our clip art pieces. So to do that, we're going to click on Add Clip Art Options here. And I've got a few already loaded here in my account, but we're just going to use our birth flowers down here at the bottom. And we'll bring that here and kind of resize it a little bit. And so now we want a corresponding name to go with this flower as well. So we'll just click here on Add Text, and again, put in our placeholder text here and update the font. And we'll make that just a little bigger. Okay, so there's our first one. So now we want to do that a few more times. So we'll give the customer, in this case, the option to enter up to 4 names. So to do that, we can just select both of these here, and we'll clone both of these layers. So we have a duplicate of it over here. And then all we need to do is change the name, and we'll change our birth flower here as well. So it looks a little bit, has a little bit of variety here. We need to make sure to remember on our text fields here to mark those as personalized. And now we'll just clone both of these one more time to give us another row of names. And just set a different flower on each one of these as well. And when we go to create product, again, it's going to create that artwork for us. It's going to automatically create the mockups that are available for us from Shine On, and we're going to have everything set up and ready to go. Now, if we're selling this product on Shopify, the customer will be able to actually select each flower from a drop-down and enter the corresponding name. If we're selling this on Etsy, what you're going to want to do is just have the customer put in the name and birth month for each name in the personalization box. And when that comes in, we'll match that based on the clip art that you have loaded into your account. And also with Etsy, since the personalization box is free form, we're going to go ahead and put that order on hold as well, so that you can get eyes on it, make sure that everything's correct before you're having to have it go off to production, just to make sure that everything gets shipped out right and what the customer wants is what they're going to receive. All right, and just like that, we have that product created and ready to go. If we wanted to try to find some top performing Etsy tags, we can come in here to our Etsy analyzer here, and we'll put in our search term. So in this case, we'll just say Grandma's Garden. And if we go to, so you have 2 options here. We can either do analyze tags or analyze listings. We'll take a look at analyze listings first. And in this case, I think we want to search all of Etsy, not just our canvas category. So we'll go into analyze listings here. And what this is going to do, it's going to go through and scrape the top 100 listings, and it's going to pull in some information on each one of those listings. So we can kind of take a look here. So you can see here kind of a similar design. Over here, you can see what the estimated sales were. This is just in the last 30 days. So you can see some of these are really popular on Etsy right now. So it's a great design to get into. We can come over here and see some of the tags that they're using. So if we click on any of these, it's going to go ahead and add that to our tags list here for our product. So we can select any of those. Now, the other real powerful tool, besides being able to look at individual listings like this, is also being able to analyze tags here. So again, this is going to analyze the same top 100 listings, but what it's actually going to do is give us a count of how many times each tag was used in those top 100 listings. So essentially for this search term, we can see that grandma's garden was used on 77 of the top 100 listings. So here, all we need to do is put a checkbox next to the ones that we want to offer on our product. And once we're happy with our selection here, we're just going to hit save. And then we'll see now we've got all of those tags filled out right here for us, ready to go. You can add additional tags to this. So if you have some other tags that you want to utilize, you can put those in here as well. And then when we create our listing, it's going to automatically be pre-populated with those tags that we have. This tag section also works with our bulk uploader. So if you've got 20 different designs and they're all kind of in a similar niche, a lot of times you can preload some of the tags that you're going to want to use across every product. And then when you use that bulk uploader, those tags are going to carry through with it. So say if you have the same 10 tags you want to use, it'll have those 10 tags, and then you can just add the additional 3 that are kind of unique for that product. And it can be a quick way to get some of that SEO added to your listings. So Jacob's going to put a link in the description down below. So you can go down there and make sure to grab that link. You'll also find a coupon code that's going to give you half off of your first month. So our pricing right now, as of March of 2024, is $29.99 a month or $2.99 a year. And we also don't have any order fees at all. So we're not taking anything from any of your orders until you sell over 100 personalized listings in a month. If you're non-personalized listings, a lot of people are using us just to be able to help create their mock-ups, to do some of their research, that sort of thing. If it's not personalized, that order isn't gonna count towards your total. So again, it's 100 personalized orders in a month. And then after that, it is just 15 cents per order after 100 orders. So make sure, grab the link in the description down below. The link along with the coupon code is going to give you your first month at half off. And we hope you guys will go check it out.
Yes, guys, please grab Anywhere POD if you're serious about your print on demand journey. It's going to help you grow your business. Seriously, a lot of the best sellers you see right now have some element of personalization. And Chris is always adding new features and everything, always listening to the community, and staying in touch with what's working in print on demand at the moment. So I really think that this is going to benefit you. And you get your first month half off. So that's awesome. Can't get much better than that. So grab it in the description below. And if you have any questions, let us know. Hope you have an amazing day, create something awesome, and get started with Anywhere POD.